And welcome to another edition of the Celtics Spotlight. Sean Meyers of the Carlow Sports Network, now joined by a sophomore on the women's basketball team, Carly LaZar. Thank you so much for doing this.
Of course, thanks for having me.
And Carly, you have a different role this year. You are a starter now for the Celtics after coming off the bench as a freshman. So how have you adjusted to that new position, that new role?
Right, so I feel like last year it was just a real big learning experience because basketball in high school is way different than college. So this year I'm just trying to focus on being more prepared, knowing what the team's going to do, what their personnel is, what we need to do as a team, and just, playing whatever role my team needs me to.
You are a shorter player. You stand at about 5'4", but you are actually second on the team currently in rebounding, averaging more than 5 per game. So what is the key to your success in that facet?
My strategy is pretty much whenever the ball goes up to go get it, whether I'm on defense or offense. I think second chance shots are super important in the game of basketball. So if I can stop the other team from getting a second shot or make sure we can get a second shot, I feel like that's super important and can definitely help.
So obviously you've done a good job in that area, but what is your area of focus for where you want to continue to improve your game?
So my main focus right now is just having confidence in my offensive game. A lot of times I second guess myself or I think too much. So I'm just trying to work on turning off that part of my brain and just kind of going with the flow of the game.
When we talk about this team this year, what has impressed you most, what you've seen throughout the preseason and then very early in this season?
So I think what's impressed me the most is everybody's determination. So, you can see it in last game or at practice. Everybody really wants to win this year. And if we are not playing well or we're having a bad practice, we come together, we talk about it, and then we go back in and we're ready to go. So I just feel like that's another testament to how determined everybody is to win this year.
I'm sure it was very difficult for you and for everyone involved throughout this off season, playing during a pandemic. What were some of the biggest challenges of getting ready for this season?
I think the biggest challenge was getting everybody together. So when we first started, we had to be in pods. And while we were in those pods, we were kind of just playing with those people. So we were building chemistry with just our pod. So when everybody came together, it was hard to kind of mesh everyone because there were girls that haven't played together for weeks and they were just meeting each other for the first time. So it was really important for us to mesh together and build on the chemistry as the team as a whole instead of just as pods.
Speaking of the team, what were some of the team objectives set for this season and what were some of the individual objectives that you have?
So basically my team objective or my individual objective, they're kind of the same. It's just to win, that's our main goal as a team. We want to win this year and we want to be able to do it together. And for me personally, I just want to be a good teammate, do whatever I need to do to help my team win. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
We mentioned you are a sophomore. You've been at Carlow for a couple of years now. What initially led to your decision to come here?
So a lot of things led to my decision. I like the environment. Growing up, I always went to small schools, so I really liked how the environment fit. And then the curriculum, what I want to do, I really like their program that they have. And then also with the team, it was a lot of building a team, and I liked what they were doing. So
you talked about the academic aspects. So what is your major, and what would be an ideal future profession for you?
So I actually have two majors. I'm majoring in criminology and psychology. And with those, I want to eventually go into the FBI, but I want to get my master's first, and then I'd have to go to the academy. But the end goal is the FBI.
I'm a fan of Criminal Minds. Is that a show that have you watched at all?
I do like Criminal Minds a lot, yeah.
Okay. You're not going to be foiling any serial killers anytime soon, though, right?
No, I got some years first.
Okay. What has been your most enjoyable college class?
This one I had to think about. I would say probably crime fiction. I'm a big reader. I love to read. And as I was saying, I want to go in the FBI. I love mysteries. So it kind of combined two of my favorite things. And I just got to read a bunch of mystery books. So it was a lot of fun.
You were from about 2 hours north of Pittsburgh, the Erie area. And everyone talks about how stark of a difference there is between the winners here and there. Have you noticed that? What are the major differences?
Yeah, I was honestly genuinely surprised because I know it's only about 2 hours, but it's completely different. I feel like whenever it snows here, it doesn't stick as much. And then in Erie, right when it snows, it instantly just starts to stick. And we just get inches and inches and inches. And it snows for so long. Like, it could literally snow till April. And it's normal in Erie. It's how it is. So
That's probably one thing you don't miss too much, being a little bit further north, huh?
yeah, I don't miss this cold.
You attended high school at Villa Maria. What was your fondest memory from there?
I mean, I have a lot of great memories, but something that sticks out is our cheer sections. So Villa's really successful in sports. So whenever we have like a state championship game or we're in the playoffs, we have these huge cheer sections and we pick a theme. So it could be, oh, you're gold, we're blue, and it's just like whatever we kind of want to do. And we go into the cheer section and we have these cheers that are passed down from graduate to graduate. I mean, there's people who went to Villa right when it started who could definitely tell you some of the cheers, you know, and then we just kind of cheer each other on. And I love kind of the family environment, so it was just a lot of fun for me.
When you were playing the game of basketball, do you prefer water, sports drink, or something else?
I would say water. I tried to drink Gatorade before, but I feel like it just gets sticky and I'm still thirsty, so I usually just stick with water.
I have asked a lot of people that, and I would say almost every single athlete goes with water. A little surprised that it's almost across the board, but there must be something to it, certainly.
Yeah.
What's your favorite sports movie?
Oh, that's really tough. I decided to go with Coach Carter. I really like that movie because it kind of just shows when a team comes together and they just kind of become as one and they're just working together towards a common goal. There's nothing they can't achieve.
Hopefully Albert DeSalvo never have to lock the team out of the gymnasium or anything like that, like the movie, huh?
Yeah, that hopefully not.
If you could go back and talk to yourself when you were a high school freshman, what advice would you give your prior self?
I would tell myself not to be so nervous. For some reason, I was just really scared. I just thought, oh, it's going to be completely different. But it turned out to be such a great experience. It was the best 4 years of my life, really.
And I know that you live with some teammates, so I don't know if they're listening or not, but if you're stranded on an island and you can pick just one to have with you, who are you choosing and why?
I love all my teammates. I do, but I think I'd have to go with Ashlyn, the only senior on our team. I just feel like she would help me survive. I wouldn't have to be the one doing all the work. She would help me get wood, get the food. She's super funny, positive. It wouldn't be a dull moment, so I'd go with Ashlyn.
All right. Well, we appreciate the time. Thank you so much for doing this, and hopefully things go well the rest of this season.
Thank you so much.
That is Carly LaZar, a sophomore for the Celtics here on the Celtics Spotlight.